And today I wanted to talk about the hidden costs of buying a home. Now, when we're looking at buying a home, the first thing that we think about is the sales price. Can we afford this home? The other things that we start to think about are we start to think about payments, we think about all the costs for closing. Those are a lot of the things that we think about. However, there is a lot more to think about whenever it comes to a home. I know it's super, super exciting, especially when you find the right home. But let's think about another couple of things. So, first of all, it's going to be commuting expenses. How is the location of this home going to change what your work commuting looks like? Now, there are a lot of people, they look to buy a home close to where their job is, and I have a whole lot of opinions on that I'll cover later. But whether you choose to buy a home close to your work, not close to your work, you're still going to have to consider the difference in commuting time between the new home and the current place that you're living. For example, my husband and I do not live close to his job. However, he is able to travel there based on the Metro Park and Ride. And we chose the house based on where we wanted to live, not which was closer to his job, or I was working whenever we bought the home and I was commuting over an hour. But that was worth it because we liked where we lived. So you definitely need to think about that, especially if you're living in the Northeast Houston area and you use any of the tollways, especially 99, to get to work. Start to budget those things into when you're looking into buying a new home. Another thing to consider is the cost of insurance. Now, the cost of insurance depends on a variety of different factors: credit, the amount of insurance, the types of things that you want to add on to it, the value of your home, how much it would cost to rebuild your home, so many other things. It also depends on the county that you're in because location makes a big difference. So I'm not an insurance agent, but I can refer you to someone if you'd like to talk about that more. Just send me a message. But when my husband and I were looking at our home, we live in the Kingwood area, but Kingwood covers an area of Harris County, but also there's a little piece of Kingwood that's over the county line into Montgomery County. And we made that choice because the insurance costs were less in Montgomery County than Harris County. So just something to think about, especially if you currently own a home and you're looking to move to another home. Take a look at the differences in that insurance. Also consider, are you going to need to have flood insurance, or do you want to add flood insurance? Because especially in this Northeast Houston area, there are more and more people buying flood insurance, whether it's required or not, just to protect themselves after some of the events that we've had up here. So another thing to think about is the cost of actually living in a particular area. Even within the same city, Houston, the Houston area is massive. We're almost an entire, state's worth of variety all in one area. So the cost of living, say in Rice Village or in Sugarland, is going to be more than the cost of living here in Kingwood or Valley Ranch Porter area. So there's just some things to think about. The gas is going to have a different cost to it. The grocery stores are going to have some slightly different pricing. You're going to be able to find different things. There are going to be different the different gyms are going to cost something different. So these are all those kinds of things. Think about the expenses that you have now, and then think about, just do a little quick research on the internet. How is that going to change? If you really want to have some fun and drive around on a weekend, go to your grocery store, go to a gas station where you live now and then where you want to live, just so you can see the differences, because that's something you really don't want you to bite you in the butt after you've closed on the home. The other thing to think about whenever it comes to buying a home, and this is something that is also a consideration when you're deciding whether to rent or buy, is the cost of repairs and maintenance. Because one of the great things about renting is if something breaks, you call the landlord. Your microwave craps out, your air conditioning craps out, any of that, your landlord takes care of it. But whenever you own a home, that's your responsibility. Now, some things you may enjoy. My husband loves working on the yard. That's great. But there are other things that you're going to, so if you don't like to do the yard work, you're going to have to pay someone to do that, especially if you have a homeowners association that has minimum requirements for the appearance of your home. Again, if the appliances break down, you need to think about that. So the home that you're buying, how old are the appliances? How old is the roof? How old is the air conditioning? Are you going to need to plan to replace those kinds of things? You also need to look at other things, that if you're going to have, maybe you need to replace the carpet. Maybe you need to power wash the house if it gets all gross and your homeowners association gets on you. So all of these different things, the different maintenance things that you need to do, you need to change the filters periodically. You need to have maintenance done on your air conditioning and your heater. It can add up. But for having a home, there's so many other benefits as well. But you still want to be prepared for those repair and maintenance costs. So I hope that helps you out. Again, if you want to chat more about that, if you want to learn more or get a list of some insurance agents that you can chat with, please set up an appointment, LaylaHayes.com. There's a button that says get started, or you can send me a message on this page and I'm happy to help you out. So I hope you have a great day and I'll talk to you later.